Good day, everybody. Terilee Harrison from Team Referral Network Virtual Chapters. And boy, do I have an exciting episode of Team Talk Live planned for you. I have a very special guest who I don't know. She's one of the most fun business owners I've met, and just a delightful woman, networker, businesswoman, and so much fun. So please allow me to welcome Farah Hussain. Farah, welcome.
Hey, thank you so much for having me, Terilee. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. And can I tell the story about? I'm going to tell the story about last week. So I use an online calendar, and she booked her live, and I saw it come through, but then I didn't see where it went in my calendar. Okay. So last week, I'm in the middle of a one-on-one coaching session with somebody that we both know that's going to be part of our Team Referral Network Virtual Chapter. And it comes Farah. It is early in the morning, her time, and she is like, all like beautiful and ready to go. And I'm like, oh, it's not today on my calendar. And we're like, oh my gosh. And so she, we went ahead and found a new time. She was very gracious. And sometimes online calendars are amazing until they're not, is what I say.
Only when it works. Text is amazing when it works. When it's not.
Yes. No way. Yes. But she was ready to go that day. God bless her. So I don't know what she went and did after that, but
I had breakfast.
You had breakfast. Awesome. You had breakfast. So let me introduce you to everybody. And if you haven't had the pleasure of meeting her yet, I'm just delighted to be the one to introduce you. So Farah Hussain is a mother, a wife, and a businesswoman with over 20 years experience in corporate organizations. Her journey began through working in competitive sales, where through hard work and resilience, Farah rose to the top in her field. She understood that this was not her calling and decided to take that leap of faith to pursue her passion of helping people to follow their personal and business goals by holding them accountable. Farah is now a business connector with 5 years experience in helping clients in building business networks. She has a well-established community of like-minded individuals, over 5,500 valuable LinkedIn contacts, and now over 14,000, we're going to talk about this, TikTok followers, and a genuine interest to help people succeed. You can see how genuine it is, everybody. She now wants to use her knowledge to help you promote yourself and build a networking community that supports you. So welcome, Farah, and tell everybody where you're coming from. Where are you from?
Oh, well, I suppose, Terilee, my accent is a dead giveaway. I'm from Scotland, Glasgow.
She is. You know, someone from Scotland and other people from the UK were on a mixer we had last week. And some of the Canadians and North Americans were so delighted to hear their accents. And I thought, y'all should come networking with me all the time because everyone sounds so wonderful. Yes, it's so wonderful. Yes. So I think they'll be so delighted to meet you all. So I want to just chat with you about two things. So number one, when I say, did I say you're fun? But tell us a little bit about that video that you sent me, that special video of not the TikTok video, but what was the other video that you sent me? Like it was a pretty big adventure, yes?
Absolutely. It was my skydive that I done last year with Beats and Cancer. We had 15 corporate women, and initially when they put the proposition in front of me, and I said, nah, never am I going to jump off a plane. However, then they came back to me and they said, please, we need crazy people. And see, when they said crazy people, I'm like, oh, that's me, I'm crazy. But my one caveat was that if I was allowed to be the first person jumping off the plane because I had to go shopping and I had a time scheduled, then I'm in. And exactly, they listened to me, so that's when I went and I jumped off the plane. Terilee, it's the most exhilarating feeling, the liberation, the freedom, amazing. And I would say to everybody that should put that on your bucket list, go and jump off a plane in the nicest possible way.
Okay, I wonder where they do that here near Singapore. Maybe we can do that with a mask on. But yes, I'll discuss this with my husband. Yes. You never know. So that was one thing. And then, okay, we talked about your TikTok following. And I saw people, 6 months ago, whenever, you should all be on TikTok. And I was like, what in the world would I do on TikTok? But you do the cutest videos and you have such rhythm and they're so fun. And And a lot of them are, I don't watch all of them, but some of them you shared, there's that meaningful aspect behind it. How in the world did you decide that was a platform you wanted to be on?
Do you know what, Terilee, there's quite a lot of social media platforms, and I'm a big advocate for LinkedIn. I absolutely love LinkedIn. TikTok, I've been watching in the last 6 months and watching it again and again, and I thought, where can I put my brand there? How can I resonate with other people? But then I realized quickly, you've got to be yourself, regardless of what you do, where you are. As long as yourself, you're not anybody else, then everything will go into flow. And that's exactly what I did. I just was myself and put out the messages on that, and all of a sudden I could see my followers grow. And one of my videos has just had over 500,000 views. I'm like,
Shut
oh
up.
my God. No, seriously.
Shut
I'm like,
up.
oh my God.
Because they're awesome. That's why. Because they're awesome. That's what I'm saying. So we had a comment by our dear friend Venki. He said, 2 awesome people on screen. Thank you, Venki.
Thank you, Venki.
Farah, we should bring Venki with us next time, and all 3 of us on screen. Venki, you're invited. You're invited,
Yes,
Venki. So I bet he'll comment. I'll bet he'll comment. Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, well, I think it's exciting that you wanted to be yourself, be original, be creative over on that platform. I'm a little more like original on LinkedIn, maybe. But
maybe,
you're awesome. But you're awesome. But you're awesome. So I do appreciate. I do think that being ourselves is what's important. I will do a video, and they're not the TikTok videos, but I'll do a video on LinkedIn and just be talking very real with people, and then that's when you get the message and say, I like how you are. So important. Yeah. In fact, our subject today is basically on that subject of having people like you for who you are, or like we can tie that in, right, Farah? So yeah, today we're going to talk about 3 top tips to help business owners create raving fans, and we want the people that do like how we are, right? And that's what we want to attract the people to us that we like how they are, and it's okay. One tribe may not be the same as another tribe, but I think that's the good news. And what I always say, you probably heard me say it, is I'm looking for the people that are looking for me. And I know you are too.
Yeah,
I know you
absolutely.
are too.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that there is someone to serve everybody. And so, and Farah and I, look, we're different, but we're so the same. But we're so the same. Yeah. And it's amazing. So we have 3 awesome points today. But before we get into them, is there anything you want to say about this topic in general, about raving fans?
Do you know what? I came up with this terminology of raving fans, and I used to read it years ago talking about raving fans, and I hadn't a clue what raving fans were. But actually now, since I've gone out networking, building relationships, people started talking about what I did. So I, without even realizing, created a silent sales force because they liked what I did. So that's where I talk about raving fans. If I could do it, then I suppose I could help everybody create raving fans. You don't have to pay for advertising. You don't have to do anything. You don't even know how to do it. All you need to do is just create those raving fans. Be yourself, let them know what you do, and they'll go out and they'll talk about you. Because Terilee, it's very easy to talk about someone else's product than it is talking about your own product. And that's why influencers out there are speaking to their followers, and they're influencing them to buy other products that they are part of. But if you take that on a smaller scale, on a small community and tribe, how many raving fans could you create? And it's a great way. And you know what? Trust me, you will never, ever have to cold call. I hate cold calling.
Oh, right. Yes. Raving fans are so important because you know what they do for us is they warm up their introductions, and it makes things so easy, right? And I think the best part is when we can be raving fans and reciprocation, right? And it's just, and that's what we do with our networking.
Exactly.
With both the networking that we do. And I do want to say, may I pause before we get into this? So this can be like a 3-hour, no, I'm kidding. It's not going to be 3 hours. But the thing about Farah and I is, you can meet somebody and be like, oh, they're my competition. I just don't know that there's any way we could work together. Or you can take a look at what each other does and find out, is there a difference? Is there a niche? Is there a way that you can come along beside each other to serve more people and add more value to everything you do? And that's what we chose to do. And it's one of the most it's probably my top, if 2020's got a lot of yucky stuff in it and a lot of beautiful stuff, and this is probably one of my top, this is definitely in one of my top 20 new business relationships, is the opportunity to have you in my life, Farah, and the things that we can potentially do and grow together and help more people. So I just want to say that to you all, as if you've been thinking about your competition, this is a perfect example of how you can actually come alongside somebody and just really help in big ways and help serve both audiences at the same time. It's beautiful.
Absolutely.
Beautiful. Okay, so back to the topic. I won't digress anymore. Maybe. Okay. So here we go. Point number 1, we need to have a routine. I'm kidding. Always have a routine. Tell us about this.
Routine is so important, especially during pandemic. We all lost the plot in a way, in the nicest possible way, in a very Scottish terminology, we lost the plot. And what I mean by that is that we didn't have a routine. We didn't get up in the morning, and we didn't go to work, and we were working from home, and it was very easy to slip. Very easy to slip. And what I meant by routine is if you got up and just dressed, had a shower, put your business clothes on, that's part of your routine, and you're telling your mind that you're actually going to work. So I've always said that you need to have a routine. I know my family always say I run a military operation, but not really. It's called a structure. In business terminology, it's called a structure. And if you don't have that structure, your day will run away from you rather than you controlling your day.
I love that. Now we have someone who is named, unfortunately. Please feel free to give us your name. So I agree, you can always find a way to JV. Great point. So awesome. Okay, now listen, about structure and getting ready in the pandemic. So I still, no matter what, they're not very professional, but even to come in and do our live stream this evening, because by now it's after dinner here in Singapore, right? I put on my shoes, and they're not very professional, but my husband goes, oh, you got to go to, he knows that that's when I'm serious about going to work, is because I grab my shoes, even though I'm walking across the hall. Yeah. Right? It's so funny. It's so funny. It's so funny. Joint venture. Yes. Sorry. Yes. Awesome. So, yes, our structure is so important. And if you haven't gotten your new structure over the last few months, that's the good news, Farah. Wouldn't you say, is it's never too late?
It's never too late. You can do it. You can make that decision and do it. My morning routine is getting up early in the morning and going out for a walk. Yes. I don't care if it's raining, shining, or it's snowing, whatever it is, because Scotland doesn't really have the sun. It mostly has the rain, but I'm constantly out there going for a walk, and I have an accountability buddy, and we both hold each other accountable, because if she's not there, I wake her up at 6 o'clock, like, you ready for that walk? And we work together, and that's where it should be. So we hold each other accountable.
I love that. I need that right now. I had someone that would come like in the afternoons. This is in California before we moved here, but even when I didn't feel like it, man, if she says I'm on my way, boy, you go get your shoes and you go do what you need to do. And I need to find that here. I'm going to work on that. Surely I have neighbors that are also staying home that would love to do that with me. I'll go talk to them. Okay, let's look at the next point, because this is an arch nemesis of business people. Point number 2, and I finally, in some ways, have felt like in my own life, in my own business, like I've been cracking the code on it a little bit, and it feels fantastic. So here we go. Ready, everybody? Woo! Okay. Ooh. Follow up. Talk to us about follow up.
Follow up. It's common sense, but it's not common practice. That's what it is. And all the things that we do in life is common sense. But if we actually practice it and do it, then we wouldn't have a problem. Now, we all love networking. Who doesn't love networking? Yeah, we all love it. We all like to make new connections. But what happens is when you make that connection, you forget to follow up. And then you've lost it. You've just lost it. And then you feel embarrassed that, oh, I can't follow up because it's already been a week. Follow up is as soon as you speak to that person, you follow up with them. Now, what I normally do is when I have a 30-minute consultation with someone and I say to them, I'm going to follow up with a referral, follow up with another call, I put that into my diary. So I give myself 15 minutes, finish a call, then follow up right there and then, so I don't have to worry. So follow up. That's awesome. So important. That's how you build your pipeline, guys. That's how you will have a sales funnel. There you go. I'm telling you now, it works.
It does work. It does work. And may I, not everyone, as you know, my calendar, you've met my calendar, and I don't have those holes in between. And so one thing I have done, one thing the pandemic's done for me is there's one place everything goes, and like, instead of like making notes and they're all over, I've been making notes for a long time, but there's one place I highlight the conversations, highlight what I have to do, check it off when it's done, and I can go back and refer to it. But for me, someone said something to me last week. I'm going to credit him. Dan McPherson. He's out of Ann Arbor, Michigan. He does a lot of awesome things in the world, but he coaches leaders. But Dan says what he tells people is he does his follow-ups in batches, and that he will get back to them in the next couple days. And the beauty, like, it's easy to sit and do a batch of follow-up because you just go back through your notes you've kept good track of, and you just do the things that you said you were going to do. And I think the most important thing, do you not agree, Farah, is that everybody just does what works for them, but you must do it.
Absolutely. You've got to do it what's easy for you. If you give yourself an obstacle, you're not going to get over it. It's small things every single day. But for me, it works. After my call, I do the follow-up. But just think of one thing then, Terilee. So you've had your conversation, and then you've said you're going to do what you're going to do, and you followed up. How does that make you feel? And how do they see you as a person? How does the client see you?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, they're like, hello, like she did what she said. That's so important. That's so important, right?
Yes,
so important.
Absolutely.
And these days, in this world of connect, friend, and then you get the awesome referrals people give you. Sometimes there's a lot coming at you. There's a lot coming at you. And I would like to ask you about this. I think it's super important. Sometimes we fool ourselves and we think like that networking has done the job, like we did our thing, but if we don't follow up, we shouldn't even really spend the time to network, right?
No.
We're fooling ourselves. We're fooling ourselves.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect.
And then I think the other thing we tell ourselves is we're too busy. I'm so busy. How do I fit the follow-up in? And I do have one anecdote for that, and perhaps please comment. It's I recently got more help in my business with my admin, and guess what? Now that I have that help, there's more time for me to do the follow-up that I must do. So you know what, right?
Yeah. I'm a big advocate for outsourced. See the work and the tasks that don't make you money. Outsource them. Spend the time on the tasks that make you money. So then you've got enough extra money to pay off the people that you're outsourcing. I mean, I outsource most of my work, and it frees my time up to spend time with my clients and give them the time that they deserve.
And don't you feel like a new woman because you've done that?
Yes.
Yes, because if you're like me, we want to be with the people, or like it's like, oh, I have to teach that workshop coming up in 2 days. Okay, whip up your presentation, right? Do what you have to do, and we get to live in our skills, and the people who we outsource to get to live in their skills too. But there's certain follow-up we must do, right? After a conversation, and to be able to say to that person, hi, how did that visit go with your grandkids, right? That they were off, right? That's so important. So important. So Farah and I are here to say this is one way that you're going to create raving fans.
Yeah. Follow up.
Yep. I have to say there's been times in my life, and I think it's easier now, Farah. Back in the face-to-face networking days, I was like driving all over Los Angeles for years, and you go out to a bunch of events and you pick up a bunch of, you've done it, business cards, flyers, brochures, your handouts, and you're carrying them all home, and you have this big old mess at the end of the day. And now if you can really sit in you're at home doing online networking right now, and you have one place it is, you shouldn't lose anything.
You shouldn't lose anything. And let me just give you a tip. If for any reason that after pandemic and we're out there and we are doing face-to-face, and if someone does give you a business card, write on it so you remember where you met that person, because it's horrible when you're like, oh my God, where did I meet this person? Because you meet so many people. And when you meet people, they've got to stand out in some ways. If they don't, you won't remember them. So just write yourself a wee note on the business card and then put it up and use it for later. So those are tips.
So good. Okay, let's keep going. Because you probably have a call after this. Okay, here we go. Number 3. Oh my gosh. Like, what if we did this also? Be consistent in everything you do. Tell us more.
so important. Now we all get hooked up with the facts that, oh, we didn't get enough views, we've not got enough followers. Now everybody has to start from zero. We all started from zero. You've got to build it up over a period of time. In order for you to build it up, you've got to be consistent. You've got to be posting every single day. You've got to be doing things every single day, even with your work. Never mind posting stuff on social media, but even with your work, if you did one small thing every single day, but you were consistent with it, like I always say, you need to eat your frogs. And what I mean by that is get all the tasks done away in the morning so you don't overwhelm yourself with stuff. And if you start doing things consistently, it could not be work. It could be like creating new habits for yourselves.
Yes.
What did you say? Is it 21 days or 40 days when you consistently do it? It creates a habit. And it's small things, do not overcomplicate it. And I always say every single day, I will make sure I put something on LinkedIn, or I have a TikTok video, or I'm planning something to do. I'm on my Instagram, but I'm always doing small things and it's done consistently. And I don't care. Yes, I've got those followers, I've got those likes, and I've got those views. That's fantastic. And that's only because of the work that I put in the previous years, and it's been building up, and it's just consistency. And on the back of that, I would also like to say is about LinkedIn, treat it like an open farm. You're planting, nourishing it. And what I mean by that is you're building relationships, you're building those connections. And believe you me, over a period of time, you will start seeing those connections build up. It's not just about one connection, here it is, but it's all about building that relationship as well.
It is. I think that if you're in business, if you do business with business owners, that LinkedIn is absolutely the place to be. And when we show up till beginning of the year, Farah, I popped in there 3 times a week, posted a quote, didn't engage, didn't talk to anyone, and I left, and everything. My results looked like that's what I did. I didn't get what was there for me, right?
Yeah,
but now I'm consistent. I'm consistently looking to grow, and that's why I have growth goals and my goals for my business here up above me here on the board. And part of it is my LinkedIn goals. It's about the consistency. You're never going to hit them if you're not consistent.
Sure.
But when we do show up, that is how I met you.
Yes.
All the major players who are helping my business expand globally were all from LinkedIn.
Yeah,
it's
absolutely
stunning. It's stunning, and so we're here to tell you that being consistent here and in other areas is important. And also, just like you talked about your walk, and you said it's everything. This is everything. We can do nothing without our health.
Yeah.
We can do nothing without our health. So if that means we're gonna eat right today or eat right now as much as we can, or that means you're going to take your walk. I carve out the time for yoga. Sometimes I have the opportunity to do it before I start online meetings. Sometimes I got to go back and do it mid-morning in a break, right? But that time is so important, and it's those things that will allow us to keep going and be able to jump out of planes.
Absolutely. I jump out of planes. I wonder what's next.
I don't know.
Ask me something crazy.
I don't know what's next. I don't know, but I know we're going to. I'm coming to Scotland, and then we're going to Sri Lanka. We have a shout out. We have a shout out for our networking partner. Yes. I'll put this in the comments. We have a wonderful networking partner that makes custom beautiful jewelry out of Sri Lanka. And we have a trip planned. It's September of 2021. I'm calling it out. And we're going to go get jewelry from him in person in Sri Lanka then. So we're very excited.
Our eyes sparkle when we see rings and jewelry and stones, and we could just oh, I like that. Terilee.
I'll be like, oh, she likes that one. Yeah, it's all
like
good.
That one.
Also,
also add on as well, you just don't know who is watching you. They might not like your post, they might not comment, but they're watching you in the background very carefully. And this is why consistency is so important. You don't want to be there just for the sake of it. You want to be there for a purpose so that people can actually see you and see what you're doing, and that builds credibility as well.
Okay. You know what? Venky was on earlier, and I don't know if he's still on, but there was a day in my life when he showed up at a workshop of mine, and he said, you don't know, he goes, but I'm a fan. I've been watching you, and he's helping me launch my business in India. Hello, you guys, right? Just be you, show up, even if it's not going to kill you. It's not going to kill you. And those opportunities that you have to get real, maybe you do have just a quote. Maybe you do say, hey, my Farah networking event's coming, or I say, hey, our teen global mixer's coming. But in those moments when, like Farah shares, do you share your TikToks on LinkedIn? You do sometimes.
Yes, sometimes,
no,
yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
But when we share the real guts of who we are, that's when people are like, oh, I like her, right? So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to share the real guts of who you are, and people will be inspired by that. And you just don't know the next time you're going to come on screen as something that someone's going to go, you don't know, but I'm a fan. I'm a fan. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So Farah, for sure, I'm a fan of yours. So let's invite people to check out what's happening at Farah Networking before we get into telling them how they can contact you for if they'd like to chat with you about their business. But she runs this most amazing meeting where she partners you. Like, she knows who you need to meet, and she will partner you on screen with several people. She has her format, and it's very productive. And I love going. I go as much as I can. It's Monday mornings in the UK, Monday at like 9 o'clock UK time, 4 p.m. UK time. And the beauty of it is that 4 p.m. UK time is friendly for North America. So for those in North America my friends that are wanting to bridge that gap and start networking with some people from the UK and beyond, I want to hook you up with Farah. Message me. I'll introduce you on LinkedIn, and let's get you an invitation to come and see what she's doing. We agreed very early on in our relationship that we were going to be part of each other's organizations and help each other grow and help our members grow. And so please check out what she's doing. Be my guest.
Thank you, Terilee.
All right. So this is how you can find Farah, because some of you may be like, she is cool, and I do want to talk to her. So do you want to talk to us a little bit about this?
Yeah, basically what it is, I've got a calendar, I have a structure. First of all, it was like all over the place. I've got a structure. So book in your 30-minute consultation. Let's just find out more about you. Let's see who I can connect you with. What can I do for you? What are the gaps in your business? How can I hold you accountable on various things that you want to be held accountable? Could be a small thing like, I can't get up to go to the gym. Is that it? But to you, it's a big thing. For me, it's not. I'll just pick up the phone and I'll say, right, let's get you started. So those are the small things that can change your life. So let's have that chat, and let's just find out more about each other, and then we'll just take it from there.
Oh, I think that sounds so amazing. So is there anything you'd like to say for the good of the order? We've had a fun, effective, I hope productive time. And I'm just looking forward to all the great things to come.
You know what, Terilee, first of all, sometimes I have to pinch myself, and it's thankful to you. Yeah, it's thankful to all the people that I've met. I've met lovely people, tribes that I've connected with. Amanda, Mariana, I'm going to give a shout out to these lovely ladies who've been a part of my business, who've been helped me grow. As well as yourself, Terilee. Sometimes you just have to pinch yourself. But if you visualize your success, visualize what you want, and believe it within yourself, then you will achieve anything that you want in life. I mean, I could go and tell you everything about my past and all the obstacles that I've gone through, but I believe myself now. I know my self-worth. It's taken me a long time, and I'm so glad that I do. And I'm grateful for every single opportunity that the universe or the God or Allah puts in front of me, and just be grateful for that. And thank you very much, everyone. Appreciate your time.
For sure. Thank you to everyone. And then I should say, Farah has also an incredible Team Referral Network virtual chapter that she runs, and they meet at 8 a.m. on Thursdays, and that's UK time. If you're someone that's friendly in your time zone, we certainly would love to connect with you and invite you to be our guest at that meeting. Oh, awesome. Venki said awesome. Yeah. You're coming, Venki, are you coming on our live with us? I don't know if we're going to stay on long enough to hear, but you can always WhatsApp me, because Venki, we're going to do 3 of us together on a live, and I don't know what we're going to talk about yet, but we're ready. We're ready, Venki.
Yay.
That's what we're saying. So everyone have a fantastic rest of your day, a fantastic rest of your evening. Farah, it's been a delight. I look forward to seeing you soon. Farah's gonna be back in the next few weeks. We're going to talk about our next virtual team summit that's coming up the first week of August, and so you get to see her again. And I don't know what we'll wear then. What will we wear then?
We'll have to think about it.
I don't know. So everyone have an awesome day, everyone, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you, guys. Bye.
Thank you.